Deep within a land untouched by time, there lay a mystical forest. Ancient trees stood as guardians, their branches reaching towards the heavens. Sunlight dappled the forest floor, painting patterns of light and shadow. This was Pearlblatt's destination, a journey into the heart of nature's wonder.
I had fallen from the great oak at the edge of the forest. A gentle breeze carried me towards the towering trees, a whisper of adventure on the wind.
The forest welcomed Pearlblatt with open arms, a symphony of rustling leaves and birdsong. A new journey was beginning, filled with the promise of discovery. Pearlblatt drifted along, carried by the current of the wind. The air was alive with the scent of pine needles and damp earth. As the sun began to set, the forest transformed into a magical wonderland.
Filled with a sense of wonder, I looked forward to the adventures that awaited.
Deeper into the forest, Pearlblatt was carried towards the sound of rushing water. A sparkling brook, the Whispering Brook, wound its way through the trees. Its clear waters reflected the sky, a ribbon of silver against the vibrant green. The Whispering Brook held ancient tales within its depths.
Stories of the forest whispered from my waters, carried on the backs of smooth gray stones.
Pearlblatt felt a sense of peace as it listened to the brook's gentle murmur. Each ripple seemed to tell a story, each bubble a secret whispered to the wind. As Pearlblatt drifted along the brook's edge, it noticed the creatures that called the water their home. Brightly colored fish darted beneath the surface, while dragonflies danced in the air.
The Whispering Brook was a haven for life, and I felt honored to witness its beauty.
Nightfall descended upon the forest, cloaking the trees in darkness. The moon emerged, casting an ethereal glow upon the land. Pearlblatt found itself in a clearing, bathed in the soft moonlight. The air vibrated with anticipation, a symphony of sounds about to begin. From the depths of the forest, creatures emerged, drawn by an invisible force.
Fireflies twinkled like stars against the dark canvas of the night. A deer, its eyes shining like jewels, stepped into the clearing, followed by a family of hedgehogs.
The moonlit serenade was about to commence. The forest came alive with music. Owls hooted, their voices echoing through the trees, while crickets chirped in a harmonious chorus. Pearlblatt watched in awe as fireflies danced in intricate patterns, their lights painting stories against the darkness.
The moonlit serenade was a celebration of nature, a reminder of the magic that unfolded beneath the stars.
The journey continued, and the Whispering Brook led Pearlblatt deeper into the forest's embrace. The sound of rushing water grew louder, hinting at a hidden wonder. The trees parted, revealing a sight that took Pearlblatt's breath away. A waterfall cascaded down a moss-covered cliff face, its water crashing into a crystal-clear pool below. The hidden waterfall was a place of breathtaking beauty.
Sunlight refracted through the falling water, creating a shimmering rainbow. The air was thick with moisture, and a fine mist hung in the air, painting the leaves with tiny droplets of water.
Pearlblatt felt a sense of awe, a deep connection to the raw power and beauty of nature. The pool at the base of the waterfall was a kaleidoscope of life. Water lilies, their white petals unfurling, floated on the surface, while brightly colored fish darted amongst the rocks.
The hidden waterfall was a secret treasure, a testament to the wonders that awaited those who dared to explore.
Drawn by the allure of the waterfall, Pearlblatt drifted closer, caught in the fine mist that rose from the crashing water. Each droplet seemed to carry a story, a whisper of the secrets held within the heart of the forest. Pearlblatt closed its eyes, inhaling the cool, damp air, and listened intently.
The secrets revealed themselves slowly. Tales of ancient trees, their roots intertwined beneath the forest floor. Stories of animals, their lives interconnected. A delicate balance of predator and prey. Pearlblatt learned of the changing seasons, the ebb and flow of life that governed the forest's rhythm.
Pearlblatt understood that the forest was more than just a collection of trees and creatures. It was a living, breathing entity, its inhabitants connected by invisible threads of energy and purpose. The spray from the hidden waterfall had revealed a deeper truth, a glimpse into the soul of the forest. As the days grew shorter and a chill touched the air, the forest prepared for the changing season. Pearlblatt witnessed a spectacle that filled the sky with color and sound. Flocks of birds gathered, their wings a symphony of motion, preparing for their long journey south. The Great Migration was about to begin. The Great Migration,
Geese flew in V formations, their honking calls echoing through the trees. Swallows swooped and dived, their iridescent feathers catching the sunlight. Pearlblatt, caught up in the excitement, felt a surge of longing to join them, to experience the freedom of flight.
A flock of geese descended near Pearlblatt, their wings stirring the air. One goose, its feathers tipped with white, gently scooped Pearlblatt up onto its back. Pearlblatt felt a thrill of excitement as it rose into the air. The forest spread out beneath like a patchwork quilt. The journey south had begun, a testament to the enduring power of nature's rhythms. High above the forest, carried on the back of the goose, Pearlblatt witnessed the breathtaking beauty of autumn. The trees were ablaze with color, their leaves transformed into vibrant hues of red, orange, and gold. The air was crisp and cool, carrying the scent of wood smoke and damp earth. Autumn had embraced the forest, painting the landscape in warm, earthy tones. The sunlight, filtered through the canopy of leaves, cast long shadows that danced across the forest floor.
Pearlblatt watched as squirrels scurried amongst the fallen leaves, gathering nuts in preparation for the coming winter.
As they flew south, Pearlblatt noticed the landscape changing. Fields stretched out below, their colors muted compared to the vibrant hues of the forest. Pearlblatt realized that the journey south was not just about escaping the cold, it was about following the ancient rhythms of nature, seeking out the warmth and abundance of the south. The journey south continued, and the days grew shorter still. The air grew colder, and the first snowflakes began to fall, dancing on the wind like feathers. The geese descended, seeking refuge in a sheltered valley, their white feathers blending with the snow-covered ground. Winter had arrived, cloaking the land in a blanket of silence. Pearlblatt, as Pearlblatt. The trees stood bare, their branches reaching towards the sky like skeletal fingers. The air is crisp and still, the only sound, the soft crunch of snow beneath the geese's feet. I feel a sense of peace, a deep respect for winter's quiet power. As the days turned into nights, Pearlblatt watched as the stars twinkled in the clear, cold sky. The moon, full and bright, cast long shadows across the snow-covered landscape. Pearlblatt listened to the geese, their hushed murmurs a soothing lullaby, and felt a sense of gratitude for the shelter of the valley, a haven from winter's embrace. As the days grew longer and the warmth of the sun returned, a stir of life ran through the land. Pearlblatt witnessed a transformation, a slow awakening from winter's slumber. The snow began to melt, revealing the green shoots of new life pushing up through the earth. Spring had arrived, breathing life back into the world. Pearlblatt as Pearlblatt. The trees, bare for so long, burst forth with new leaves, their branches adorned with delicate blossoms. The air is filled with the sweet scent of wildflowers, a vibrant tapestry woven across the forest floor. I feel a sense of hope, a reminder that even in the darkest of times, life finds a way to return. Animals emerge from their winter hiding places, blinking in the sunlight. Birdsong filled the air, a joyous celebration of the new season. Pearlblatt watched as deer grazed in the meadows, their young calves stumbling alongside them, and felt a surge of joy. A deep appreciation for the cyclical nature of life, death, and rebirth. The geese, restless with the coming of spring, began to gather once more. Their honking calls echoed through the valley, a call to return to their northern breeding grounds. Pearlblatt, as Pearlblatt, perched on the back of the same goose that carried me south, I feel a mix of excitement and a touch of sadness. The journey north is a return to familiar territory, a completion of the circle of seasons. I have witnessed the ebb and flow of life, death, and rebirth, the delicate balance that governs the natural world. I understand now that the forest is more than just a place, it is a living, breathing entity, and I am an integral part of its story. As they flew north, Pearlblatt looked down at the landscape below, the forests, fields, and rivers passing beneath them like a map unfolding. Pearlblatt realized that the journey was never truly over. It was a continuous cycle of growth, change, and renewal. And Pearlblatt, forever changed by its experiences, was ready to embrace the next chapter of its adventure. The geese landed on the shore of a lake nestled deep within the forest. Their arrival met with a chorus of honks and calls from the geese already nesting there. Pearlblatt as Pearlblatt. My journey complete, I feel a profound sense of peace. I am home. Gently detaching myself from the goose's feathers, I drift down towards the soft earth. Landing amongst a bed of moss, my journey's end marks a new beginning. I am no longer just a leaf carried by the wind. I am a part of the forest, my story woven into the very fabric of the woods. As the sun filtered through the canopy, casting dappled patterns of light and shadow, Pearlblatt felt a deep sense of belonging. It was home, not just in a physical sense, but in a spiritual one as well. Pearlblatt had become one with the forest, its life force intertwined with the trees, the animals, and the very air it breathed. And Pearlblatt knew that its journey, while seemingly over, was merely the beginning of a new adventure, a lifetime spent exploring the wonders of its woodland home. And perhaps, just perhaps, one day Pearlblatt would find its way back to the great oak at the edge of the forest, its journey complete, its spirit forever intertwined with the soul of the woods.